Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So we are from Group 8, Engineering Design 1. And so today we are going to present about the Advanced Reciprocal Working Frame. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Irfan Faiz bin Muhammad Jasni and my metric number is 198807. So I will start the presentation by the introduction. So what is reciprocal walking? So reciprocal walking is the method of movement of both of the arms or both legs at the same time but in opposite direction. So by this definition, it can be understood that a reciprocal walking frame is one example that can apply to this situation. So basically, the first reciprocal walking frame is invented by William Cripsrod in the late 1940s, and after that, it was improvised by an American company called Zimmer Holdings. And as the time moved by, the reciprocal walking frame have undergone many modification and improvisation in order to meet the customer's desire. So this is the purpose of our research actually, which is to identify the problem and come up with the solution. So the problem with the ordinary reciprocal walking frame is the wheelchair is too big. The movement of the elderly in the house become limited, so they cannot move freely to go to the toilet, get in or out from the bed, and even climb up the stairs. So with the ordinary reciprocal walking frame, they need more energy to do the daily activities. And we come up for a solution to counter this problem, which is the invention of the advanced reciprocal walking frame. So I think that's all for me for the introduction part. So I will pass this presentation to Muhammad Farhan.
So thank you, Irfan Faiz, for the presentation. Now I would like to present about the product research. So based on product research that we all already did together, there is a lot of equipment that was designed to help and ease the movement of elderly people since its increase in since the increase in age can result in declining health and related mobility issues. Some of the current mobility equipment is only focused on one or two specific tasks in which movement of the elderly will become limited, especially when it used in the house. So the equipment, so based on our research, we want to create the equipment that can be house-friendly use. So we take an example such as the wheelchair. Wheelchair is only focused on one specific task, which is for the elderly who have difficulty walking with their own strength. This equipment can support the elderly mobility problems, but it's not suitable to use in the house because its size is not suitable or designed for house-friendly use. So we must create a product that can suitable for elderly to use with their own strength. So it also must have has to suitable dimension for use in the house, so that the movement of the elderly in the house will not become limited to certain places. So we see the ordinary reciprocal walking frame that already existed in the market. It still has some disadvantage for elderly use, even though it can be considered as from house-friendly equipment. This is because it still need more energy for the elderly to move with their own strength using the walking frame. So with the advanced reciprocal walking frame, it has more suitable dimension for use in the house and have many features that help the elderly mobility issues, such as we can see on the right of the photo. At the photo, there is a chair, a brake, a roller on each leg, and also and then another one is one kind of example, but there is no chair. We take another one, the more advanced one. So this product is a new product in the market, since the elderly need more energy to use the equipment, to use the current equipment. So this new equipment, this new product can reduce their energy and use for more mobility can be more easier. So next, I would like to pass it to Iman Hakim.
Okay, I will continue. My name is Muhammad Naiman Hakimi and my TIN number is 1989571. So there are some motivating factor that lead us to choose our reciprocal working frame for our design. So in the qualifying phase of the design process, we need to find what the desired result that our man is seeking at their home. So as for our design, we use the frame with the 4 ways that can be used in 2 ways, such as the push with the rear force lifted fractionally of the ground, or the second way is the allow to glide across the floor surface. So alternatively, it is used like a non-mobile pulpit frame, except for that the frame does not have to be lift or to be moved forward. So and also the person can push it instead. So as for our design, it can be held stationary where the users step forward. It has more various of use, and it also more secure. So as for the difficulties in walking to the elderly, the difficulties may be occur due to the variety of design, including the balance, movement, and joint or the skeletal problem. So it is useful to us if we understand the difficulties that they are experiencing. So as for the last, the percentage of the older adults has led us to this design. So as it increased over the last decade, and multiple devices were used in the common to in those who use any device. As for our last design, we choose the reciprocal working frame as our design to ease the elderly movement in their home. So that's all for the background for the product itself. I think I will pass to the Arif.
Thank you. My name is Ahmad Harith bin Cik Seman. My metric number is 196813. Okay, for the next part, I will talk about the conceptual design. What is conceptual design? Conceptual design is the first stage of the design process that is defined as basic parameter of the object, which are scalable drawings. At this stage, designer and other members of the development team brainstorm product ideas based on the problem statement. They aim to produce initial concept in the form of sketch or outline specification for easy to understand. Okay, there are two designs that were proposed. The first one, they were proposed during the discussion. The first one is which are rail walker. Rail walker is an equipment that is suitable for elderly to move easily to another place without using any energy at all. Basically, the first design must implement a railroad to set a path for elderly to move in the house. The purpose for this design was presented because it is interesting and unique. Okay, then the last design, the second one is the reciprocal working frame. Was the second design that was proposed. Reciprocal working frame allow its sides on the frame to move alternatively, giving a complete stability and maximum freedom for the elderly to move in the house. These walkers have many functions such as adjustable height, reciprocal working frame, and also suitable indoor and outdoor. That's all from me. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you, Ahmad Ari. I will be. My name is Ahmad Kusari bin Alias, and I will be the last presenter. So uh, okay, I will present about the product criteria first. So the first criteria is the force needed to use the brake and move the walker should be suitable with elderly. And the second criteria is the product should be able to use to go in or out of any partition in the house. And the last criteria is the product must reduce the movement of elderly as much as possible. So the next slide, okay, there is a design requirement that based on criteria. The first is the product must assist the movement of elder better than the current walker that is commonly used. They really no need to lift up the walker and just need to push with small force. They only need to control the direction of the reciprocal working frame. And the second requirement is the roller also has a pattern to avoid the working frame slipping while used in slippery floors such as bathroom. And the next requirement is with the roller also come another features, which is the brake system. As mentioned before, the working frame could be pushed with small force. So to avoid any bad accidents such as fall, the features were added. User only need to push the brake before pushing the working frame. And the next is the project also has a new features, which is seating compound and backrest. The idea comes from a wheelchair and it may be used if the elderly feel exhausted while standing too long or while in the bathroom. And the last is the product must reduce the movement of elderly as much as possible. So a smart system was installed to reduce the movement of elderly in the house to do tasks such as switching on off the electrical appliance. I think that's all from us for our presentation.
So as conclusion, this is our current progress for our project. So thank you.
Thank you everyone.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you.
guys.